Hi, it's VAS, and welcome to the Overall Drip Experience podcast.
He's one of the biggest promoters based out of Boston, Massachusetts. He's worked with Megan Thee Stallion, Little Baby, Tory Lanez, and many more. He has over 150,000 followers on Instagram, and what shocks me the most is that he's only been in the US for about 2 years. He's definitely taken this whole promoting thing to a whole nother level. And now he's on the Overall Drip Experience podcast with BASTIENDRIP, the flash in the city himself. Drip fam, I want you guys to give a warm welcome to VAS.
Appreciate you, man.
What's going on, brother?
I like good intro.
So the reason...
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, brother. The reason why I got you on this show is because there's a lot of promoters in Lawrence, and I feel like you can give a lot of value to them. And in my personal opinion, you're one of the biggest out in Boston. I've been seeing your platform. I really rock what you're doing. So tell us about Albania. Tell us about how it differs over there, promoting over there and over here.
So when I was in Albania, I started the whole promoting thing when I was in high school. So
you started in high school?
Yeah, I started doing shows for my school at the time. And because I was the president of my high school, so I used to do events with the teachers for the school.
Okay.
And then after that, I thought that I really liked to do events, so I started doing from my city. But over there it was different because there are not like a lot of local artists.
Okay.
So like if you make it to the music, you're like just go big, or you don't like have a buzz at all, you know?
Okay, so in Albania, there's nobody that's just working on their craft. They have to either pop or they're basically nobody.
Yeah, like there are no showcases over there, so there is not a platform for local artists basically.
So what were you really promoting? So
over there I was just like doing shows. I wasn't promoting like music or different local artists. So over there I was just doing shows.
Okay.
With booking the venue and bigger artists, but not promoting music and local artists.
Okay, and over here?
And then I moved here 2 years ago, so I started like, I thought like it was very hard in the beginning because I didn't have anybody here. But I didn't want to stop, so I built some connections with different people in radio through my following on Instagram, of course, because I had a big number then too.
Okay, so when you came here, how was your following? Like, how many followers would you say? Like a little estimate.
Like under 100K.
100K.
Yeah, I had that from back home, and then I came here. You know, it's growing.
So did promoting over there make it easier for you when you got here?
Yeah, of course. It's because I was over there. I was working with big artists, so like when I was doing a show, they would post it on their page and tell their fans to like contact me for reservations and tickets. So that helped me grow. And then when I came here, I just connected with different local artists and radio people.
So you basically used the artist platform to grow yours.
Yes.
Okay. Why'd you come to the U.S.?
Because here there are like more opportunities and possibilities. Like when it comes not only promoting the stuff but also for school, like for jobs and stuff. So I came here with my family. So because of more opportunities than in Albania.
Did you want to come here though? Like when your parents told you, "Oh, we're going to the United States," were you like, "Yeah, let's go," or were you like, "Nah, I already have my promoting thing over here. I have about 100K."
No, I was very happy to come here because I've never been in the US before, so that was definitely my dream to come to the US. Because
it was your dream.
Yeah, I didn't know how US.
You know Donald Trump's our president, right? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, but like from TV you see, you know, like all those tall buildings and stuff like in New York or like other cities, and you think like everything is gonna be like that. Okay. And then I came to Massachusetts, which is a little different, but when it comes to like the overall perspective, it's better. More opportunities. Yeah.
Is it what you expected though? Like, did you expect it? Like when you landed, you live in Haverhill now, right?
Yeah.
So when you came to Haverhill, is it what you expected? Like, did you expect to see all this? I know now you went to Boston, you probably went to New York. Is this what you expected, or?
I expect it to be like a little like more louder as a city, but I'm used to it now because I have more friends and I know more people, so it's not that bad as in the beginning.
Okay. So let's talk about your mindset. Like, as a promoter, so I want you to talk to the camera. What does a promoter like have to keep in mind while they're booking shows, events? Like, let's tap into the mindset of a promoter.
So if you want to throw your own show and like book events, which I do, The first thing is, first you have to have connections, because that's the most important part in promoting.
How do you go about building connections though?
Building connections, like showing to other people events. If somebody does an event, you show up, you show love, show support, and that's gonna come back, you know. So that's how I built most of my connections in the US.
So basically, when you seen a show was, popping, or a show went live, you went to the live show, you talked, who'd you talk to exactly?
So when it comes to like the shows, I've show up to different promoters that have done those shows, but when it comes to like local artists, I promote their music on my Instagram, so that's supportive. And when I have a show, they share it as well, because I share their music, so it's beneficial for both of us.
So it's like there's a value exchange there, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think this life is for everybody? Like, do you think do you think anybody can just be a promoter? Or do you think you have to have a certain mindset, a certain talent, certain attribute?
A lot of people think that promoting is like really easy. They don't do, like, promoters don't do nothing, just sit there, like, or like you have money and stuff like that, but it's not like that, because if you don't work hard, it's nothing gonna happen. Like, you can throw a show and like spend money on booking the venue and booking the artist, but if you don't have the connections, nobody gonna know about the show, you know. So you have to have those connections to share the event and bring as many people as possible in your event.
So, for the people that don't know what goes into it, like, can you give a little bit of your process? Because I know everybody's process is different. Like, when you're throwing a show, when you're booking people, how do you go about booking like your guests, and how do you go about booking the venue?
Well, the first thing when you want to throw a show is the first thing is to talk with the. If you have an idea of what artist you want to bring, you talk to his team, you get details about the price and the availability for the date. Mm-hmm. Then you look at the venue, you book the venue, and you let the manager of the artist know that it's this venue and the capacities of the venue is, this many people. And then after that, if everything comes together, you do a link on Eventbrite for the tickets, and you go.
So, when you did your first show though, like, was it hard to get people to come on, or was the guest so big that it was easy for you to get people to show up?
When I did my first show, I didn't throw it by myself, because I had no idea how everything goes in the US. Mm-hmm. So when I did my first show, I was promoting for somebody else. So somebody else was throwing that show, and I was just helping him with openers, local artists, and selling tickets.
So let's talk about like when you did your first show by yourself. So when you did your first show by yourself, without helping somebody else out, like how hard, how easy was it for you to gather people into the actual venue?
So after working for like 2 shows like that, just promoting for other people, I felt like I've met enough connections. So I was like, I want to throw my first show, and it went pretty good. I had people share the event, and
was it packed though?
Yeah, it was packed, because I had a lot of openers, and that brought their own people,
So the openers bring their crowd. Everybody brings their crowd, and that's one way to pack up the show.
And beside that is the artist, and then is like other promoters that share the event. So like people from like everywhere.
Okay, so it's basically like a connection game. It's like you need to know who to invite to get the right people in the venue. Okay.
As long as you have the right connections, you can make anything possible.
I agree with that, but
you have to show
love.
Show love, and like it has to be, because like for most people it has to be beneficial for like
both parties,
both ways, because I'm not gonna come here and lie that like everybody gonna show love,
Exactly.
Because if you don't show something back, they're not gonna show love. It's like showing love, but they have to get love too, so they can show love. It's like beneficial for both.
Yeah, it has to be like I said, life is all about value exchange. That's what I preach on the podcast. It's like a lot of people, if they don't see the value in what you're doing, they're gonna be more like, they're gonna be backed up. They're not gonna want to actually like do things with you, because they don't see the value in what you're doing. So the more value you bring, exactly, for you too, right?
Yeah. So like, if I post somebody's event or music once, and they don't like do anything for me, I post it twice, nothing in exchange, I'm like, I'm not showing no more love. Love. In this way it's love, because he's not doing anything.
Exactly. You put your hand out, you scratch his back, you'll have him to scratch yours, basically.
Yeah. So if nothing comes back, I don't have to.
That's what life's about, bro.
That's a difference. Like if I see an artist who like has really dope music, or I like his music, then I share it because I want to.
Because you just want to, right?
Yeah, I like the music.
You see the
I share it.
potential.
Yeah, I like the music. I share it.
That's a little different, yeah. I can
But
see
when
that.
it comes to like events, it's like I share it because I want you to share my event too. So.
You want him? Okay, so it's like give and take back
Yeah,
and forth.
in the promotion game, that's how it is. But if I see an artist who's like has good music, I share it because I feel like it. I like the music.
Okay. So you talked about having all these connections, and you think, and you actually know that for you to throw an event, you need to have the right amount of connections, right?
Yeah.
How does one know that they have the right amount of connections? Like how would say I just started promoting, I feel like I have the right connections, I throw an event, the event is trash, like nobody shows up. But how would I know as somebody who's getting into it that I have the right connections?
I feel like if you, let's say in social media, if you post something and like people share it, or share it by not you saying them to share it, but share it because they feel like it, then that's real love. But like in events, you have to put your ego down and like DM people or like text people, can you share this or not? Because like even if they don't share it, like if they don't share it, then it's gonna fail, So if they don't show love, you have to like DM them and tell them, can you share it for me?
So you have to use the social media platform to build even more connections and spread the word out for other people to see it. Mm-hmm. Okay. What's your favorite thing about promoting? Like what's like, I know this is your passion. You're passionate about this, correct?
Yeah.
You love doing this?
Yeah.
Like what is like your favorite thing? Like when you think about like what drives you to be the best promoter? Besides meeting the celebrity.
Well, yeah, meeting the celebrity. I'm not gonna lie, the money too, when it comes to shows. But I just like, I've been in clubs since I was 13, 14, because back then there is no age limit in the clubs, there is no age for drinking or anything. So I've been in clubs since I was in high school, as I said, because then I started throwing my own shows. But so I just like being in clubs.
And you throw your own shows independent.
Yeah, and I like I like music, I like dancing and stuff. So
that's amazing.
I like being in clubs. So that's the main reason. Then it's like meeting the artist and everything comes together.
So hypothetical situation. I'm not an artist though. So do you only promote for artists, or do you just promote in general?
So when I was back in Albania, I was promoting only for shows because as I said, there is no local artist. But here I promote for shows and for local artists because
shows and local artists. So like if I have a brand and I'm like, I need you to promote my business, you don't do that.
No, I do that. Like I promote not only artists and shows. Like I don't put like a limit on what I promote. But like if I see like, for example, merch, I can promote merch or like.
But a business page.
A business, yeah, I can promote.
You can promote that. All right, so hypothetical situation. I'm BASTIENDRIP, you're VAS. Yeah. I say, yo, bro, I DM you. Yo, bro, I need you to promote my business. I need to get X amount of followers. I need to get X amount of exposure. How would you go about promoting my personal business? And how do you go about promoting, things outside of music? How do you go about promoting?
Okay. Do we know each other when you DM me or no?
I mean, we do know each other, right?
Okay, so it's like after this interview, right?
No, just hypothetical situation. We don't know each other.
And it's just the first DM.
First DM. I just said, yo, I need a promotion. I need exposure. How do we go about doing business together?
So you just let me know like what is the idea like behind what you want to do, and then I just tell you my rates when it comes to promotion.
Okay.
But like that's when it comes to like business. But when it comes to like if we know each other, then that's different. Or if you are my friend, for example, I can post on my story, or it doesn't cost me anything.
Okay.
But like if I don't know somebody, I just be professional. Like I just show them my rates on the business side.
So are your rates like fixed for people you don't know? Like are they fixed rates?
Yeah. Most of the times they're fixed.
So when
because
I see
it's most of the times it's for promoting local music, like artists.
So when I see you promoting on your Instagram and posting, they're outpaying
you. Yeah, most of them. Yeah.
I always wonder. I was like, is he just showing love? Is he doing this to get the connection? But if you see the value in somebody, you're not gonna charge them.
Well, like, here's the thing, like, I charge the person, for example, an artist for the first time, then he comes to my events, I get to know him a little bit more, his music, and like, we meet like, outside and stuff, so I'm trying to get to know him better, so the second time I might not charge him, so when he drops his album or his single, he can be like, I can just, share it without...
Share it without charging him.
But usually on my timeline, they're all like, paid.
Because you're building that connection, basically.
Yeah, plus like most of the people that I post, like, we don't really know each other like in person, we just from Instagram and social media.
How does it feel to have 150,000 followers though? Like, how does it feel to have that platform? Like, anything you post is gonna get a lot of looks. Like, how does it feel to have that power? And how do you go about, like, I know you already said you post the people that you like to post, right?
Yeah.
But like, you have to be cautious because you have a big platform. Anything you post could be looked at the wrong way.
Yeah.
So how do you go about, like, maneuvering with a big platform like that?
So, like, when it comes to promoting music, because shows, I decide what I want to post for shows. But when it comes to local artists, when they send me their music, I see if their music video or their audio is good to go. Like, I don't judge their music because it might not be cool for me, but it might be great
Cool
for
for
somebody
somebody
else,
else. Okay.
because taste is different. So, but like, if I see that it's nice song, like a normal song, I just post it. I just post it, and then it's up to people to follow or show love or no.
Okay.
But like, a lot of times, like, even if the song is really good, there will be like hate comments. So.
I mean, that's what comes with it though, right?
Yeah. So like, you lose followers, you get followers. So I don't really feel like something has changed with the amount of followers or anything.
You said like nothing has changed?
I mean, has changed because I know more people and like more people like know me and stuff. But you lose followers, you gain followers.
Do you like plan on getting verified? Like, do you plan on becoming a verified person on Instagram? Do you want to get the badge? Have you been contacted, or like, what usually happens when your platform is that big? Like, do you have to apply? Like, do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I know. So usually that you have to have like 10 articles on Google to get verified.
10 articles on Google.
Yeah, 8 to 10 articles on Google, and like 3 of them should be from like big platforms, like, let's say, like from Yahoo or from Time Magazine or from LA.
Okay.
Times, I've been contacted from like different like publicists and stuff to get posted, but they have like a high price. But I don't want to do that because I just feel like I'm just building it like organically.
Organically, right?
So,
like, you don't want to like rush your process, basically.
Yeah. So when the time comes, I will get verified.
But your platform, like, it doesn't really change anything for you though, because your platform is already pretty massive.
I mean, when you are verified, it does change because like people see you like a different way. Let's say like, oh, he has the verified.
So he's like kind of like a celebrity. You're famous.
Yeah, and like if you DM like a famous person or whatever, you're gonna have the blue badge in their DM, and they're more likely to see your DM.
Oh, that makes sense.
Or like if you comment on somebody's page, you're gonna be on top of the comments
because you're verified.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I've actually thought of it, like, because there are a lot of people who like DM me to get verified, and I've thought of it, but then it's like.
Yeah, like a lot of people DM me too, and it's like I feel like they're fake profiles. It's like, oh, get verified in 1 to 2 days.
A lot of them are like, if there isn't.
I'm like, what the heck?
No, if you see like an Instagram page name like verified IG or something like that, that's fake because they charge like $250 or $200 to get verified, so that's fake. But if a publicist comes to you and says like, oh, I work for this company and stuff,
then that's valid.
Yeah, charge you $5,000 to get
5,000. So, when you're around people, like, you're a familiar face now, like, do you feel the difference in the energy? Do people treat you differently, or is it just the same?
Yeah, I feel better because like if I go to a studio, for example, and because I know a producer or whatever, and then an artist comes in the studio, they'll be like, "Are you VAS?" So that's like,
dope.
I felt that really good. Like
That's dope.
Yeah, in like the past month, I've met some people that I didn't know like personally, but I've known on my Instagram.
They knew you on your Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's really nice. Like when I hear that, oh, you're VAS, I'm like, oh yeah.
So alright, so because I don't really know much about promoting. So say you get an artist, right? Say Tory Lanez or whatever, right? When you're promoting for an artist, are you in the club with them? Do you have to be at the club? Do you just post on social media? Like, what goes down behind the scenes when you're a promoter? Like, I genuinely want to know. I'm genuinely curious. Like, behind the scenes, like, what really goes down? Not like with you finding the guests to come on, or I'm talking about like when you're in the actual club. Like, do you go to their room? Like, what happens?
So like, let's say we start the show at 9 p.m. and the artist is supposed to come at 12 p.m. His team, his manager takes me, you know, like they basically know the venue where it is located. So and we have already talked from what side to enter and everything, because usually like at different clubs there are like asides from people that get a ticket to enter and aside from the artist to come.
Okay.
So they just when the time comes, like let's say 12, they just come from that back door. Sometimes we can go on a room to get the other half of the deposit to perform, because the first half is done before the show, and then they just go to stage to perform. Or sometimes if everything is set, they just come from the door, they perform, and they leave.
So you talk to the managers, you don't talk to the artist directly?
No, like I meet with the artist when he comes in the club, but like I don't talk with the artist like directly.
Okay.
Nobody talks with the artist directly. I mean, as far as I know.
As far as you know.
Yeah.
So, do you do
You
this?
can talk with them when they come in the club, you know.
But you don't like.
Not to set up the event. No, his team does that for him.
But then, like after the show, you can chill with them
Yeah,
backstage.
yeah. That's been plenty of times.
And like you
Just,
can.
Yeah, talk with them. Like,
And you can like invite people backstage with you, like, oh, bro,
yeah,
come with me.
Yeah, take pictures and stuff. Yeah.
Take pictures. Okay. Do you do this full time?
You mean like the promotion?
Like promoting it.
Yeah, I'll say yeah, cause like right now I'm a full-time student too, so.
Okay. Where do you go to school?
Bentley for finance.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean right now because of the pandemic and the COVID.
Everything's slow.
Yeah, this is my first. So my first show is gonna come in November.
Talk about it, bro.
It's Ransuno. He's a New York rapper.
Fire. Pinocchio, right?
Yeah, he has Pinocchio, Spider-Man with Fabio, and I have him on Jewel Music Venue in Manchester, New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Because I couldn't do a show in Mass because the clubs are closed.
Okay. So that means.
So that's my first show after this whole pandemic.
So that means BASTIENDRIP is invited. That's what you're saying. So that means BASTIENDRIP.
Oh yeah.
So that means BASTIENDRIP is invited, right?
Yeah, you can come. I'm the guy.
The camera guy, Jerry's Design. Shout out to Jerry's Designs.
Yeah.
But so you got Ransuno. How'd you go about doing that? You just DM'd him. He was just willing to come. Like, tell us about that process.
So I gave his team, his manager, as usually. Like,
how'd you get his information? The manager's information on the bio?
Yeah, on the bio, or depends on the videos that they post. So it's like for bookings or features, contact the manager. I called him, we talked, we come to a
Agreement?
a deal, yeah, and I looked at it.
But weren't you like, as a promoter during the pandemic, weren't you like a little shook, a little scared, like, damn, this might not pack up because of the virus? Or were you just like, whatever?
You mean for this next show, or
Yeah, for the next show. Like, were you like scared, like, damn, it might not pack up? Or you're like, I'm VAS, you know what it is?
No, I was actually like really like, it's gonna get packed up because it's been
So
6
long.
months, 7 months, no shows, no nothing. So, like, I haven't seen any other show with big artists in this area.
So you took the optimistic route.
Yeah, so I'm like, everyone is gonna wanna open up and everyone is gonna come, and it's been great. Like I just posted a story, if artists wanna open up, DM me, and they DM'd me like a lot of takes without even announcing the show.
Okay.
And then yes, they announced the show, and now it's like almost like sold all my slots for the local artist.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So you got Ransuno. How many slots do you have to fill up for the openers before he comes out?
So like it depends, like.
And how long are the sets? Do you organize the sets or?
Yeah, I organize everything.
Okay.
So like for this particular show, it's gonna have like 10 minutes is the set for every local artist, and I'm thinking around 10 local artists performing before.
10 local artists, 10-minute slots. So about an hour and like 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the money that comes with promoting. You don't have to get specific, obviously, it's your own personal money.
Yeah.
But like, is it a healthy check? Like, after you throw an event, because I've thrown conventions, I've thrown events, and it's pretty healthy. But you're throwing something different. You're throwing like, you know, you have more people in the venue, it's more packed, and you have major artists who are bringing their crowd as well. So like, let's talk about a little bit about how much you make. Not all the way, but like, you know, a little bit. Like, is it healthy?
No, I can say like, you know, how much you make for an event, because like it really depends. But like when it comes to like what you get, like what you spend, because you have to think, you have to, you know, book the artist, book the venue, book the DJ, book a host if somebody wanna host the show, and like, you know, other things like security and stuff like that.
Okay.
But then like what you get is basically like from the tickets and like from local artists that they want to pay to perform.
Open up.
Yeah, to open up for the artists.
Oh, so the openers pay you as well?
Yeah, the openers pay to perform.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
And you know, like I get a lot of like critics for that, because like people like, oh, you should support, you know, local artists. But okay, if I support all these 10 artists, who is gonna
support
pay?
You?
No, like who is gonna pay for Ransuno, example?
Oh, for Ransuno, okay.
Because how am I supposed to get the money to pay for the event and the venue and everything?
True.
So you know, you have to
take that into account as well.
They are, you know, this is beneficial for them too, because they are gonna perform in a crowd, in a big crowd that's gonna come to see Ransuno, you know. So that's the benefit for them.
Okay.
You know, the money is the benefit for me.
That's fire, bro. That's fire.
I mean, you know, that's how it works everywhere.
You know what it is, bro? It's about like,
everyone knows.
It's business, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about the celebrities. So I gave, like in the intro, I gave like 3 major celebrities, really big.
Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez.
How tall is he?
How tall is Tory Lanez, bro? Let's talk about that.
He's short. Like I don't know how tall, but he's short. But he's a great guy. Actually, like when you was mentioning earlier for a celebrity that's like, if you want to stay to chill like after the show, he was one of them. And like the show I did with Tory Lanez, I was gonna say like it wasn't even that packed that the shows that I've done with other artists. And I don't know why. It was like last year. I don't think he was that much popular, I guess. So it wasn't that packed, and he still like, you know, came perform. And he actually performed more than he was supposed to perform, and he was, you know, he was a great guy. He chilled with the fans like after the show.
He chilled with the fans.
He took pictures. So yeah, he was.
But we gotta talk about it, bro. Like, how tall is he for real? Like he said on his album, he said he's 5'7", and people are calling him 5'3". How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
You're 6'2". All right. So so
yeah,
when you see
he's
him,
like 5'4".
5'4".
Yeah, like I don't know. For sure.
Don't quote him on that.
Don't quote him on that. But yeah, give us like a list, bro. Like we want a list. I know the people listening want a list. So give us a list of like, you know, everybody you like, you know, booked on your show, and like tell us who was your favorite person to book, and like tell us why.
I would say Tory Lanez was like really chill. Like I wasn't expecting him to be like that, but he was like really like one of the best people that I've booked. Megan was really nice too.
She tall? How tall is she, Megan?
She's tall. She's
And
really tall. She might be like taller than me. No, not taller than me. Like
Close to your height.
Close. Because you know with the heels and everything.
Yeah, it's like 2-3 inches.
But she was really nice. I had her actually after Tory Lanez.
Right after Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. How hard was it getting Megan Thee Stallion? Because I know she's been like popping for a while. So like, how hard was it?
Last year I got her in May. I think it was May, and she had just released that mixtape, so she was like blowing up. So I was like, there's no way she's not gonna blow up. So let me catch it right now.
Catch her right now, yeah.
While
yeah.
I can, because then the price goes, you know. And then I did, and it was like fully packed. Like
Fully
Central was fully packed.
So the events that were here with Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion, that was you. You do those events.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that. So
Both.
do you hire other promoters as well? Like, do you hire people to promote as well?
not really. Like I work by myself, so like I don't hire anything. Because this is how it works. Like if a promoter sees an event that has potential, and like if let's say it's the baby or Megan Thee Stallion, you know that people are gonna come in for them. So you reach out to the person who is throwing the event, and you be like, can I work for this event? Can I sell tickets or can I find openers, because that's beneficial for them.
Oh.
So like if I see that I have the baby or I have somebody else, like I don't need to hire promoters, because I know that show is gonna do good, because I already have connections. They're gonna share the event. People are gonna know about it, so I don't need to hire promoters. But if somebody wants to work for it, I'm like, sure, because why not? He can make some money of it too.
So basically,
that's a plus for me as well, because he's getting money for himself, and that's benefiting me too. So
he's taking the work off his shoulders, basically, in a sense.
yeah, we are both working.
No, but he takes some of the work off your shoulders.
Oh yeah.
Because like you're working as well.
He's
but,
not
like,
doing it for free. He's getting his part.
He's getting paid. Okay,
Yeah, of course. Nobody does anything for free.
Yeah, nothing is free in life, bro, for real. So like, with all these connections you made, you've been to Boston, Lawrence, everywhere. Like, is your name big enough now to the point where people are just like, oh, that's VAS, let me give him a discount, or oh, that's VAS, like, I know his show is gonna be fire, so let me just give him some leeway in the sense of like when you book the show. Nah, it's just strictly business.
I would say like a lot of like local artists know me, but like I wouldn't say like if somebody who doesn't has to do with local artists or podcasts and radios, they don't know me. Like I haven't had anything big like that. So
Okay.
but local artists, I would say most of them at least know my name. Not me personally, but
They know
heard
of you.
my name. Yeah.
Nah, because I do follow you and I see we have a lot of mutual friends. I was like, okay, it's fire.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say I'm like that big, so everybody can know that.
So we're gonna go back into mindset. This is a question I love to ask all my guests, because I feel like this question gives the most value to the people that are listening. That's basically the point of the podcast. And the question is, what was your greatest failure? When I ask this question again, it's not what was your biggest L as in loss, so what was your biggest L as in lesson? Like, what was your biggest lesson, bro? Your biggest failure that you learned from? When you think about it, it motivates you and keeps you going till this day.
That's a good question. You mean in general or when it comes to like shows?
Because
In general, like in life?
it falls under both. And at the end of the day, it's like, don't you think it falls under both?
Yeah. Failure. I would say like people can have like you can have a different perspective or like how you expect people to be, and then they are totally different like when you meet them or like in real life. That's actually like linked with some of the celebrities. You expect them to be different, then they come out different.
So you'd say your biggest failure is setting expectations.
I would say the biggest failure is when you it's not like a failure, but like when you support somebody really like that you want to support him because you really see the talent he has, and like he's like unappreciative, or when you do something for somebody and he's unappreciative.
So supporting,
So I learned from that.
So you learned from that. Okay. Yeah, because when we talked about it earlier, yeah, you kind of
So
mentioned
that's why I gotta keep it business 100%.
business.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. And as far as your work and your life, I feel like they mesh together somewhat. Like, what do you struggle with now? Like, what do you like? Everybody, it's not all roses and sunshine. It's not all dandelions and, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you struggle with now?
I'm a really like great student when it comes to school. Like I really focus on school. But this semester, like all my classes are online, so that's probably where I'm struggling right now.
So you're struggling with school, okay.
And now that I'm doing the show, like I have, I'm focused on the show more. So I'm still like studying and doing my homework
So
and everything.
the show or the school is taking you, like they're pulling you to one direction and one's pulling you to the other, basically.
Yeah. But,
And it's like it's hard to find that balance.
yeah, but always like when it comes to school, like I always say to myself, it's time to focus on studying. So I focus on studying, no social media.
No social media, focus on
so
study.
I've never had the problem with school actually. I'm struggling a little bit right now with the online classes, but I'm really good at school when it comes to that.
What's your goal with Bentley? Like, what are you trying to get out of it? Because like you're promoting right now, you don't need a degree for it. So like, what are you trying to get out of it? Like, why are you in school, bro? Like, that's my real question.
I mean, like, I always want to have like a backup plan.
Not on this show, bro. Nah, we don't talk. We don't do backup plans, bro. So like, what I preach on the show is your plan B should be to make your plan A work. So
well, that's the first point, but actually, like, I'm in a finance major, you know, so that's actually like connected with the business and the promotion.
But do you really need to get a degree in finance to do what you want to do, bro? In terms of your
Is it
business
better
and
to
promotion.
stay without the degree?
I personally, like, just think about the richest people. Think about the most successful people you know. Do they have degrees? Not in Albania here.
No, but yeah, like if I can do both at the same time, why not? You know? So, like if I can do school and like do shows on the other hand, like it's not that I'm sacrificing shows and promoting for school. You know? So I'm just doing both of them at the same time.
Okay, but don't you think you're getting into like debt? Like, aren't you not getting into a lot of debt doing for something that you could do like without the degree? Like I understand if you were going to school to be a lawyer, doctor, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need, or a nurse, you need degrees for that. But what are you really going to school for? I know your parents are probably like, you gotta go to school, right? Your parents are.
Oh yeah, that's.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like you're going more for your parents, not for yourself.
That's true, but as I said, I have to have a backup plan.
Telling you, bro, you put all your eggs in that basket.
No, but like for real, I think it's connected with promotion, like finance, because let's say I wanna open my nightclub, my own business, my nightclub, you know, in a couple of years. So it's good to have that business or that finance degree.
Okay, is that one of your long-term goals though? To open up a nightclub?
Yeah, that's definitely one of my goals. Open a nightclub, do my shows there, and everything.
So you want to open up a nightclub and host your own events in your venue and possibly expand, or would you still be going?
I'll throw the shows in my nightclub, but not host or anything. You know, I just put them together. But I want to have a nightclub. I don't mind about who does the shows or anything. Like, I can, you know, if somebody want to do a show there, they can do it. But I wanna own a nightclub. I like owning a nightclub because I've always been a nightclub, so I just like to.
What are you doing in a nightclub at 13, bro? Like, what do you do at 13, bro? Like, what do you?
Well, the culture is different here than in Albania. So over there, when you are in high school or middle school, you like at the end of each month, let's say, you have a party with your class or with your school, you know. So like everybody's like a good time with your school. So I always loved going to those events with the teachers and, you know, the classmates there.
It's crazy. So you
like
get
dancing, like music.
you get to like experience like two different lives, like two different worlds, right?
Yeah, but when I got here, it was different because here was, you know, age limit, age to drink. I was 19 when I came here, because now I'm 21, but I was 19 when I came here.
Damn,
So I had to go in 18 plus clubs, which there aren't
Horrible.
a lot of here in Mass. So I had to go in Rhode Island. But you know, when you have connections,
you can make it happen. It's fire, bro. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to follow my guy VAS. Shout out your Instagram, bro.
it's VASJAN, or you can just type VAS and it will show up.
VASJAN.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You already know what's going on here. It's BASTIENDRIP, the flyest in the city, aka the young intellectual.
It's VAS.